Hi everyone and welcome to Rob Evans 365. It's day number 385 and today is Thursday. I think I got my day wrong yesterday. I said it was Thursday yesterday because I entitled the podcast Thursday Winter Complacency, but it was actually Wednesday. Sometimes I lose track of what day it is because I am doing so much all the time. So today is Thursday, and for me today, traditionally a Thursday is the day when I get stuff done. Mainly because out of school holidays, it's the only day of the week that I don't have to I'll take the kids to school or pick them up from school. Every other day I either have to take them or pick them up or both. So it enables me to get up early, get in a good zone, make sure I've planned the right work for me to do in the morning, and boom, I can get stuck into it for a few hours before I start having contact with clients and that kind of stuff. And what it means is by the time I go to physio, which is around 10 a.m. in the morning, I've done a bunch of work. And I don't know about you, but I feel fantastic when I have planned my day, I've got into my day, and I have achieved already a bunch of the outcomes that I set out to achieve for the day. As humans, we thrive on achievement, of doing things. And for me, setting myself up each day to achieve success, and then by early morning being able to achieve a whole bunch, to me that's just a fantastic way to start the day. And I had a day like that today, although do you know what it's like with your photos? Now today I was looking for some photos that I knew I had, which were taken, there were some client photos that I needed to use for some marketing, and I had them taken months and months ago. And in my mind, I knew where I'd put them, but I couldn't find them. And all the searches and everything didn't reveal them. It's so frustrating. So I wasted so much time trying to find them and ended up locating them on a USB. They were sitting on the computer somewhere. I still haven't found where they were or where they are. But anyway, I ended up finding them. But that process took me way longer than I wanted it to. But goal achieved. And after the physio, I decided to go to the gym and do a workout. Now, I decided that I would go and I would do a chest workout, really lightweight on my injured left shoulder, normal on the right. Now, it's been probably 2.5, 3 weeks since I've done a chest workout, because last time I did it, shoulder really flared up badly. And actually, it's probably 3 weeks tomorrow. So I was skeptical, nervous, but at the same time excited, because I love working out my chest. And when I can't work out the way that I want to, it's like, oh man, it's such a setback. I think one of the reasons that I enjoy the chest is because it gives you that upper shape to your upper body, makes you strong, through your shoulders, through your pecs. It helps obviously functionally support my shoulder as well. But I just think they're sexy muscles, and when you can change the shape of your chest, it just makes you look good. So, and I feel good as a result of just getting the muscles working again. When you can, I can't work the chest, but I can work legs and stuff. Well, I mean that's okay, but I need to feel like I'm working all my muscles to feel like I'm really getting a great workout. So. Not like through the week. I don't do that every single workout. It's just through the week is what I mean. So I did the workout and it felt really good. I felt really good from it. A little bit of pain. Sorry, I'm having a post-recovery workout. So I only just finished the workout. And a little bit of pain in the left, but not a lot. The test will be 24 hours time, or even later today, to see how I feel, how I've pulled up. And because I'm still a couple of weeks away from the MRI, 15 days in fact away from the MRI, and I want to keep working the muscles around the shoulder. So I am not in as much pain as I was this time last week. So that's why I decided I would do the workout and just see. And I need to look after the right side too. And I miss my chest. I did a little video on Facebook. I said, I miss you, chest. Because I just need to be working it for my state of mind. So I've come away from the workout and I feel fantastic. The sun's shining as well. And it's just great. I mean, I love my workouts so much. They really fill me up in every possible way. And when I haven't been able to do one for a while and then you get back into it, it's like, oh man, it really is like the sunshine to Superman. It's where he gets his energy from, because I feel like I can walk taller, I can walk faster, I'm stronger, I'm more vibrant, feel more alive because of how right now I can feel my body responding to that workout. And even though I couldn't push hard on my left, I still feel psychologically good because I've done the workout. And the right feels amazing. I can feel muscle fibers. I can just feel that there's tension, like good tension, through the chest muscles and stuff, and that, like I got a good workout. So I was super pleased with that. Super pleased. And I think it's just setting me up for the rest of the day. So I'll be having lunch in about 30 minutes probably. Looking forward to having lunch. I enjoy my post-workout meals. So I'm having a big salad. Probably have some chicken with this one and some high energy stuff too. So what will that be today? Probably just some croutons. Maybe just some croutons today. We'll see. Actually, this salad's got some crunchy sort of noodles in it, so maybe some croutons, some noodles, and that might do it for me today in terms of the high energy. So I'm looking forward to my salad. I'm excited about today. So I have planned out the rest of my day. Every single moment of my day is planned out right up to the time that I'll be spending time with Cherie later tonight. Let me see if I can get out of this, and I will run you through how I've planned out my day. So shortly, after I finish this podcast, what I'm going to be doing is working on my book. So I'm moving into the final stages of the edits before it needs to go to proofread. So just to walk you through it, if you're ever interested in producing a published book, I'm not just talking about an ebook that you can bung anything together and just chuck it up online. This is about a proper, professionally published, edited book. So you need to go through a few processes. So the first one is you obviously have to write the damn thing, but that's the hardest part, writing the thing. And then you really need to go through what's called a developmental edit. There's different types of editing. A developmental edit, now depending on who that is, will depend on how good the job is, obviously. But mine was brilliant. And their job is to go through the book and make sure that it flows properly. Okay, so make sure that the chapters flow from one to the other, that the book flows from beginning to end cover. So a global thing to start with. So to put that into context of what happened with my book, I wrote the first 3 chapters. After I'd written the first 3 chapters, I went back. They sat for a while. I went back to read them and I thought, these are crap. So I thought they just don't flow from one to the other. They got my concepts out there, but they didn't flow. So I thought, it doesn't pre-frame why I'm writing the book. So I thought, I need to write the introduction now. So I wrote the introduction so that then set the context for the next chapters, but then they didn't really flow together, so I had to make some changes there. Then I went on to write the rest of the book, and I got all the content out that I wanted to, but again, I didn't have 100% confidence that somebody else picking this up would, I guess, grasp everything that I was trying to say in the right order. So where Emily, the editor, came along, and we had a few discussions, and what she did was obviously tweak some words and phrasing and so forth. And then we shifted one chapter into another place. We made some changes to, the back part of the book as well. And by the time she had finished that process, which took about 3 or 4 weeks in calendar time because it happened over the Christmas sort of period, and she was on holidays. By the time she had finished, I went back and I read it, and it's like, wow, I can see how valuable it is to have a good editor go through your book, because there were parts of it that didn't flow before that now are like magic. So I'm incredibly grateful for her. So then, from that stage, that enabled us to get the book to go to the publisher as a draft manuscript. So it was in good enough condition to do that. From that process, we obviously picked up the publisher. Then with the publisher, they go through and they give you their editing guidelines and say, this is what we need you to do to get the book into a position where we can print it. And it depends on the publisher. Different publishers work different ways. And so went through that process, and part of these next steps is they're going to do the cover design. Then in another 2 weeks' time, they're going to be working on the inside of the book. So I need to get these final parts to them within the next 2 weeks. And what that means is that I need to make sure that I'm completely happy with every word, all that kind of stuff. And I need to have the layout as close as I want to, it just being printed. But there are some exceptions because like all the workouts that I've got in there, they're in tables. My meal plans and that kind of stuff, they're in tables. And they've said to me, look, don't do any more work on those at the moment. Let's wait for our development team to look at them and see how is the best way to represent these. So that's what we'll be doing with those. And so what now I have to do is go through, and I've got a bunch of testimonials where I need to go through and just place them in different parts of the book. So I'm thinking maybe to put one at the end of each chapter or a couple at the end of each chapter, somewhere where it makes logical sense to do it. So I have to do that part, have a final read, make sure that I'm happy with where everything is, because it's about to go in print. And then I need to get it to that stage and then pass it over to a proofreader. Now, the proofreader, you think, that's just somebody going through and reading it. But there is a professional skill about this. Somebody mentioned to me that, I'm a really good proofreader. Give it to me and I'll have a read for you. Now, this is a person that is probably just going to be looking at full stops, commas, that kind of stuff, and not looking at the bigger picture. Your professional quality proofreader is going to charge you about $5 per 250 words, something like that, to go through the book and make sure that, again, it all flows, all the I's and T's are dotted and crossed, and commas and everything, punctuation's in the right place, making sure that all of the the formatting is in the accordance with the editing guidelines of the publisher. So it's not as straightforward as it may sound or what you think is a proofread. So that is the process that's about to be undertaken. I found the proofreader that was actually referred to me by the editor, and he's agreed to pick it up. It takes him about 10 working days to do a full proofread of a document that's mine, which is about 65,000 words. So that is the next step. So that's what I'm about to go ahead and work on now once I finish this call. So then I'm going to work on that for a few hours, an hour and a half. Hang on, how have I got? I've got 2.5 hours there. And then I've got some videos, or it's a video and an article, and a video to watch and an article to read and absorb. I have a client after that, and then I've got my housework programmed in there as well. So I've got just tasks that I need to do around the home. The kids are away with their mum today. They come back tomorrow. The floors are filthy, so I need to just do a few housework tasks and get those things done. But then after that, I've got to do some videoing, some marketing. After that, then this takes me all the way up to 7 o'clock. I've got a break in there to grab some dinner. Then 7 o'clock till 8, I've got to run my boot camp class. And then after that, from 8 to 8:30, unwind time, shower, etc. And then from 8:30 onwards is to spend the rest of the night with Cherie. So every part of my day, if you saw my calendar, it's very coloured. It's what we've got: black or grey, it is charcoal, red, blue, green, and lots of red in there. The red is my time to work on specific tasks. So Thursday's a free day for me to focus on those things. Now, what that does for me is creates incredible focus because I've created all the things that I want to achieve today in my app, which I title it My Success Outcomes for Today. And what I have put down today, I have 10 things. Normally I only do 4. But I put 10, so I put some smaller things in there that I needed to do, like read an article and watch a video. I put that in there, which is a smaller one, but I need to do that. Now, what I can tell you is that I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7 will be happening in the next 8 will be happening in the next a couple of hours, and then. So by the time we get to the end of the day, I'll have all 10 done. Now, why do I know that? Because I set my day up by putting my outcomes down as to what it was that I needed to achieve. And then I go from there straight to my calendar and I block out time and I look at, okay, so my book, am I going to get it done in 2.5 hours? Well, there's a chance that I won't, but I've got time on the weekend that I'm going to allocate to making sure that I finish the rest of that. So the aim is to make really great progress today and I do the rest on the weekend. So that by Sunday night, I've absolutely finished it and I've submitted it to Nathan's his name, the guy that's going to do my proofreading. So very, very focused. Now, if I didn't do that process of then blocking it out in my calendar, what do you think is going to happen? And my calendar's got big spaces, or pardon me, and that kind of stuff. Well, chances are I will be distracted because I'm at my computer. I have 2 screens. The computer's making all kinds of different sounds all day with messages coming in and stuff. So if I've forgotten to close my email or something like that, or I've got Facebook open because I'm doing some marketing or just talking to people on Facebook for business, and it keeps pinging, bringing all these things in, then I can quite easily get distracted. Now, could you conceive in your mind how that by the end of the day, you have been, in your mind, super busy because you've been so constantly, you've just been sitting at your desk, you've been flipping from one thing to another, and not really being super focused on anything, but doing lots of little bits, but filling your day quite comfortably. I'm sure if you use your imagination, you can see how, I could see how I could occupy my whole day and not actually achieve anything, but be busy doing stuff. And this is the difference between success and failure, whether it's in business, your life, whatever. But with your health and fitness, you can see how you can be kind of doing lots of little things, but actually not really focusing on the big stuff, which is what it is that you want, why you want it, and how are you going to get there, and making sure that you're sticking to your plan, you're scheduling things, you're planning your meals for the weekend. So like today, being a Thursday, I ducked into the shops to pick up some things that I needed to have as ingredients to cook for things tomorrow night. So just simple little things like that, always thinking about, so how am I setting myself up for success over the weekend? have I got enough food in the freezer tonight? Well, I know I do because it's full. I've got 27, or more, actually there's more than that. There's probably about 30 plus meals that are sitting in my freezer right now. But I'll need to cook up more over the weekend. So that's what I do. Constantly thinking, how can I get more out of my day? Now, what I haven't done is if you had to plan that flip-flopping and plan that wasted time, and you say, okay, I'm going to spend 5 minutes on here, then I'm going to do this for 2 minutes, and I'm going to come back and do this for 3 minutes, and then I'm going to do that for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to do this for 20 minutes, and whatever. If you actually tracked where your time went, like in 5-minute blocks for a whole day when you're at work or just on a weekend or whatever, you would be dumbfounded by how much time you waste or how unproductive you are. Now, that's not to say that you don't relax on weekends and stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how you can get more out of yourself and your days by just doing things a little bit differently. And the way that I work now is to be very, very focused. And you say, oh, I'm in an office, I'm constantly getting interruptions. Well, you can be in control of some of those interruptions. For instance, if people say, hey, have you got a second? No, I don't. Because I know that that's going to take a whole bunch of time. You come up with a nice way to, deflect people. To say, look, I'd love to do that with you right now, but I can't because I need to work on this right now. Can you tell me in 60 seconds what it is that you wanted to talk about? And they tell you, and then say, okay, so can you go away for me and have a look at these things, maybe come up with your best possible solution, and send it to me in an email, and then I'll get back to you. And you do that in your 60 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever, or you just say, look, I can't do it right now. Can we make a time for tomorrow or something like that? Look at your calendar and say, look, okay, I've got some time here. Can we block out 7 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever it is right here, and then we can deal with it? Or is it something that you can deal with right now and say, look, that sounds like something that you can handle or George can handle. Go and talk to George and he'll handle it with you. It depends on the environments you're working in, but you've got the idea of what I'm talking about. So you can be in control of those distractions. Now, if you're a customer service facing person and you're in a shop front and you have to be facing the customers and all that kind of stuff, well, I mean, that's part of what your job is. So it should be great to have lots of customers to do that. The point is that you need to plan out your day no matter what your role is and say, okay, if you work in a shop, I'm sure part of your functions are to obviously deal with the customers, do the sales transactions, tidying up stock, putting stock out onto the floor, that kind of stuff. I mean, you know how the work flows, you know how your day is going to be, and you just plan it accordingly so that you don't become overwhelmed and you become really focused and productive about what it is that you're doing. And not every day will be the same. That's just the way it is. No 2 days of mine are the same either. But the point is, when you plan out your day and then you block out every half hour for what you do, I just use Google Calendar. It's on my phone. I carry it with me everywhere. I can see what it is that I need to do. So that's why Thursdays for me are super, super productive. But I do this every day. It's just that Thursdays are more productive for me, are more productive for me because I don't have to do those extra things. And school holidays, I don't have the kids with me today, so that means I can go and do my workout at the gym. Because the kids are too young to come to the gym with me. They don't let kids come in, and so it just means I can get more done. So I plan it, I schedule it, and I do it. And you can probably tell from the enthusiasm in my voice as to just how well things are going today and how well I know they're going to go for the rest of the day, because I'm excited about going to work on the book now and get it one step closer to being proofread and being published and being released in America. And that's just one of the tasks. So you get a couple of these things going together and life starts to look different. You achieve more things, and that's how I'm able to achieve what I am have achieved so far this year, and there's so much more to do. Now, are there other things that I can be doing as well? Absolutely. We just passed the end of the financial year, so I need to finish my end of month reporting, financial, accounting stuff. I need to do that. I want to make sure that I do my end of year tax return early as well, because it's a little bit tricky this year. So I want to make sure that I finish that and get it off to the accountant, and we can get it lodged ASAP. So I could be working on that today as well, but it's about priorities and saying, well, actually, that doesn't have to be done now. I can do that by the weekend if I need to, or I can even do it next week. But right now, what I need to do is make sure that I get the stuff done on my book, because there's a timeline on that, and that needs to be done, and it'll feel great when it's done. So let's focus on that and put these other things, on the back burner for now, and pick out those things that are really important to you. So this is a favourite topic of mine because so many people in life are just so unproductive. And I know I've been talking about my day from a business perspective here, but I'm sure you can see how it relates to your health and fitness. So what I've done just now is talk about how I've been to the gym today. I got up at 4:20 a.m. I've had a solid almost 6 hours of work before most people have done 1 hour of work. And I've done my workout, I've had my physio, I've fueled my body well, and I've done a bunch of good work. Now, if you think about from a health and fitness perspective, I got up early, I've done some cardio work, not a lot, not enough yet, but I've done a bit of cardio work, I've done my workout, and I've fueled myself, okay? So just those things have set me up for success. I know what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. I know what meals I'm going to have over the next 2 hours, and everything is planned. I know what it is that I'm going to have because it's important to me. So I took the action to make the steps happen, plan my schedule to get the things done, to get the result. We just don't do this enough. And this is what I want you to do with your health and fitness. Schedule it, plan it, think about it often, and do it. And then you'll consistently get the outcome. If you do it consistently, you'll get a different outcome, you get a better outcome. You'll feel energized, you'll feel alive. And then you start to feel the benefits in other areas of your life. Relationships, work, and you'll just get a better level of health in the process. That's fantastic. All right, so I need to go and write a book. I'll actually just read it and tweak some things. And I want you to go on and have today a fabulous rest of the Thursday, because I got that wrong yesterday. But you have a great Thursday, and I will talk to you tomorrow on Friday. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Have a great